Welcome back to my YouTube channel EzyMentor. So again I am here with some different data, a big data, and I want to analyze that data and to see how the means are equal or not in the activeness of the students in the class. Okay, so let's see here. So I have created a new sheet and it's named as ANOVA, and I have a data sheet here. Here the sheet includes some data of some students of a school, and here there's a serial number, their names, their gender, the group they in which group they are assigned to, their class test score, how they are in extracurricular activities. Some are good in extracurricular activities, so there is yes, and some are not good in extracurricular activities, they are no. Then activeness in the class. Some students are very neutral, so no problem with them. Some are very inactive, very silent in nature, and we can't identify what's their problems. And some are very hyperactive. They are extreme level. We don't know how to handle them. So these are three types of students, three category of students, and there is interest in static subject. Next variable is interest in static subject. They have interest or not. Some students says yes, some students says no. And here there is final exam score. Final exam score includes the exam score of some students, and here you can see the exam score is in hundreds. And there is another variable not completed or not. We can see here some students notes are completed before the exam, some students exam notebooks are not completed before the exam, so we given no for them. And here there is exam result as passed and failed. These passed students, they scored above 24, and failed students scored below 24. So like this is the data, and we are going to analyze the data, and we are going to do ANOVA test using these two variables, the activeness in the class and the final exam score. We need to identify in the three groups the final exam scores, average values are equal or not. We need to identify it. So let's move to the analysis part. So using this data, I am going to filter out and take each student separately, each score separately, each final exam score separately. So first of all, I filtered hyper. Then I want to see hyper students final exam score. So I selected these values and pasted it over here. And I named it as hyper. Then next I want to go to the data sheet again and I want to filter by inactive students of the class. Oh, there is only 3 students who are inactive. So let's select the data and paste it over here, and I am going to give the heading as inactive. Then next is some students are neutral. Let's see how many students are neutral in class. Oh, there are many students who are neutral in class. So no problem with them. Let's take them also into this data, then paste the values over here. Then we have given the name neutral also, and add analysis toolpath into ribbon. So here we are having data analysis toolpath. We are going for analysis. So click on data analysis, and we have here lots of tests. Let's move to single factor ANOVA. Click on OK. Choose the input range as this entire data. Select the data. Sorry, the selection is not correct. Select the data correctly. Here we need up to here. Okay, selection is correct. Then we are grouping by columns. Also the labels, the hyperactive, inactive and neutral should be in the first row itself. So click on it, and the alpha value is 5%. So 5% significance. So alpha value is 0.05 only. We are going to give output range in this sheet itself. So click on the cell, then press OK. So we have got the analysis report, and same as ANOVA's previous questions also, we are having the same hypothesis. H0 and H1 is same for every case, so we don't need to create new one. This is our H0 and H1, which means are equal is H0 and means are not equal is H1. Then let's see, this is the analysis summary, and we have here count. Hyperactive students are 20 students, inactive students are 3, and in neutral 33. So the sum of their final exam scores, their average and their variance. We need to identify these averages, this hyperactive average and the inactive average and the neutral average. These three are equal or not using this analysis. So let's see how the result will be. Here we have got the ANOVA output in separate tables. Here you can see the sum of squares between, within and total, degrees of freedoms, mean squares, then F statistic value and P value. Using the P value, we are telling the result. So the result for this test will be, let's see, equal to if. Press tab, then select this value. If this value is greater than 0.05, we should print accept H0. Otherwise, you should print reject H0. So finally we have written the result. Let's see how will be the result. Then press enter. So we got the result as reject H0. Actually, we should reject H0. We can see from the average itself. The average for hyperactive is 27.2 and the inactive is 43.3 and the neutral is 52.03. So from the test we can see that very clearly we can tell, very clearly we can tell that hyperactive students, they are very poor in case of studies. Hyperactive students are very poor. Hyperactive means they are not expressing, they are not ready to study. They are hyperactive means they are very much talkative in class, very much interested on other things, and they are very different in characters also. So these students, these hyperactive students, average score is 27.2, which means they have scored very less only. And you can see inactive students. Inactive students means they are very silent in class and they scored up to 43.3 as the average. So we can say there is difference in hyperactive and inactive. Also check at the neutral. Here the neutral is above the 50% level, 52 point something. So we can say the neutral students are studying well in the class. So from the reject H0, we can identify the means are not equal. Reject H0 means accept H1. So here you can see the means are not equal. So we can tell the means for each category, hyperactive, inactive and neutral are not equal. So I think you understood this analysis of variance. So this is ANOVA. Using this we can identify the variations in each groups. So thank you for today, and we can come with a next test on next video. Okay then, bye. Thank you.